What's up, everybody? Hope you all had a great day. Getting into this episode of GH, this was another hot mess of an episode. Um, I was so enjoying Trina and Spencer scenes today. I was enjoying the hell out of those scenes. It's crazy because I already know when Portia finds out what Trina did just to help Spencer, I know she gonna hit the roof. I know she gonna go crazy to find out that her daughter risked her life to save Spencer. But to me, that also shows the commitment that the both of them had because even Spencer was shocked to see her on that boat. Um, and as much as he wanted, he loved the fact that Trina was being brave and stuff like that. He needed her to stand down because he was not about to risk her life. And we all know how Victor gets down. Like, Victor would have no problem taking Trina out. And Spencer didn't want to put her through that. But you know what? I give her a lot of credit. I give Trina a lot of credit. It takes a lot of balls to do what she did. Like, it really does. And that goes to show the love that she actually has for Spencer. You know what I mean? Like, she's willing to put herself in a compromising situation to help him. But my thing was, too, she's sitting there talking about, oh, we got to get out of here. Ma'am, how do you propose y'all do that? Y'all are at sea at the moment. Like, the boat is no longer on the dock. So, how y'all gonna get out of there? Um, but you know what? She had a good plan though. I think it might backfire, but I do think they have a good plan. I mean, she's trying to find cell phone reception. And the good thing is she can kind of go undetected because nobody knows she's even on that boat. So it's not like they're going to be looking for her, which is smart. But she has to be very careful because the slightest sound, the slightest thing that seems off, it could alert the guards. It could alert Victor. You know what I'm saying? So she got to be very careful. Like, these are very dangerous people she's dealing with. But I give her props, man. I give Trina her props because I'm pretty sure she's very scared deep down inside, but I love the bravery that she's showing. Um, and I just love seeing her and Spencer have their first adventure as a couple. Like, this is crazy because usually people are like older, like in their like late 20s, 30s when they first start getting their adventures on this show and stuff, but they're getting her, they're getting those adventures and I'm loving it. Like, they're having their first you know, big adventure situation that they got to deal with. So I think it's pretty cool. Um, and I think in Spencer's mind, this really did solidify, the love that they have for each other. Um, it shows that she don't give a damn. Like, she willing to fight for her man, and I love the way Spencer sticks up for her too. When anybody talks trash about Trina, he sticks up. Like, he does not sit back. He makes it known that you're not gonna talk about her. Because even Victor tried to put that out there talking about, oh, you're weak when it comes to her or whatever. And at the end of the day, I felt like that was a hypocritical comment from Victor because Victor was weak for Obrecht at one point and he still is. And that's the reason his behind head got shot last time. Remember in 2014 at Crichton Clark when Obrecht shot him? That's because he had a weakness for her. You know what I'm saying? His weakness caught him a bullet. So he can't possibly talk about Spencer having a weakness. Speaking of Victor, that nutball, like, Obrecht is so over him at this point and over these kidnappings. Like, she is so sick of it. Um, I wonder what he gonna have her do. Like, I mean, she's a brilliant doctor and all that, but can she really pull off whatever it is that he need her to pull off with this Ice Princess thing? I didn't know she had those capabilities. You know what I mean? Like, to pull something like this off, whatever it is that he wanted her to do, it must be huge and has something to do with that Ice Princess. Um, I don't blame Obrecht for trying to lunge at him and stuff because she is so sick of that man. Like, she is so sick and tired of having to deal with him, and I can't say I blame her. Like, at some point, you get tired of getting kidnapped by somebody that you know good and well you are not in love with. Like, that man really is delusional. Um, like, he really thinks people are gonna bend to his will and stuff. I'm like, oh man, go sit down somewhere and cool your jets. Like, these people don't want nothing to do with you, and I don't blame Spencer. Like, he don't want none of this stupid plan. But that should also make Spencer think next time. Um, about getting in league with people that other people have warned him about because he should have known better than to throw his hat in the ring with Victor. So hopefully this is an eye opener for him to not trust people like that. If your grandmother is sitting here telling you not to trust somebody and Sonny's telling you not to trust them, you shouldn't trust them then. You know what I mean? So I think that was a learning curve for him. Um, so it's gonna be quite interesting to see how Spencer and Trina are gonna get out this mess, because that boat is at sea right now and it's untraceable. So it's kind of gonna be hard for people to find it. Um, but you know what? It's good because they got a bunch of people on the job. You know what I mean? I'm loving seeing everybody work together to try to find Victor. You know, Sonny got his troops. You know, he got Brick looking into it. You know, looking into all of Obrecht's devices. I'm loving it. You know what I mean? Like, Sonny has been very instrumental in all of this. And that's the funny thing to me, because that's why I said yesterday, Drew is very pointless in this story, because him and Carly pretty much demanded that Valentine tell them the whole plan. And Valentine did tell them the whole plan. What the hell have Carly and Drew done? Drew hasn't done anything to contribute to this. Absolutely nothing. Sonny has done way more than Drew. Drew has literally done nothing but run around town telling everybody about the news, updating everybody. That's all he's done. It's like he hasn't sprung into action. You know what I mean? Like, use your Navy SEALs skills to help out. You know what I mean? Like, especially with a boat being at sea, this would have been the perfect time for Drew to get involved. And yet, where is he? With Carly hugging over Willow. Like, so I'm actually happy Sonny was a part of this, because they could use his, you know, resources that the PCPD don't have. You know? Also, I mean, I get why Dante would be a little nervous, because they're worried about Victor going after all the Cassadines, but at this point, they ain't got nothing to worry about with Sam and Alexis and Christina and Molly, because Victor ain't even giving them a second thought. He ain't give them a thought. Which is surprising to me, that Victor wants the Cassadines to be together and sail away from Port Charles forever, but he didn't bother to kidnap Alexis or Molly or Christina or Sam. They're all Cassadines too. So it's kind of weird that he never even gave them a thought. And it pisses me off at the same time, because I think that this storyline would have been perfect for Sam. It would have been perfect for Alexis. It definitely would have been perfect for Christina and Molly. To have all of them kidnapped and have to, you know, work together, maybe with Spencer and Trina, to get out that situation. I think that would have added more impact to the story as well. Because I hate that they're not looked upon as Cassadines. You know what I'm saying? Whether anybody likes it or not, they're Cassadines. You know what I mean? Maybe half Cassadine, but you're still a Cassadine. No matter what, you know what I mean? So I feel like they should have been a part of this story. I feel like they could have been instrumental in the story. It would have made the story pop more. It's been a good one so far though, but I just think having Alexis and Sam and them be a part of this, I think it would have made it even that much bigger. I love the collaboration though. Like, Diane, she is all up on Robert, and I love it. Like, she is feeling the hell out of Robert. And I love that they're working together. You know what I mean? Like, she got the information, you know, she acted as that man's attorney, and, you know, Robert got the information out of him about the boat and stuff like that. But my whole thing is, they didn't notice that the Hornet Star was missing. Like, Lulu still owns the Hornet Star. So if the boat goes missing, don't nobody call Dante or nobody let him know that the boat is missing? I mean, him and Lulu may have been divorced, but somebody should have called him, or somebody should have contacted Laura to let them know, like, hey, Lulu's boat is missing. I'm just saying, they should have known that he would have took the Hornet Star of all things, because it's common for the Cassadines to use that boat. I mean, hell, Helena gifted the boat to Luke and Laura, so they should have known that he would use it. But I'm glad they got some useful information, you know, and that's going to help them find Victor maybe, because, like, you know, like they said, it's going to be a little difficult because the boat is untraceable. So it's going to be kind of hard to find him, you know, especially in the middle of the ocean. It's like, how you going to get to him? How you going to pinpoint their exact location? It's going to be tough, but I can't wait to see it, you know, see what action they all take. Laura is being extremely nice to Esme. And I get it, you know, because that's just Laura's nature for the most part. And I think she's just trying to keep the peace for, you know, Ace's benefit. But I'm not happy about her being all that nice to this girl. I'm not too keen on that, because I'm like, hopefully this is just the angle that Laura's playing. Like, she's trying to play the, you know, the doting grandmother card, you know, to try to gain Esme's trust. But I wouldn't trust that heifer. Laura being way too nice. I mean, like I said before, you do catch more bees with honey, so I get her niceness. But sometimes I feel like she's trying to genuinely be nice to her and not fake it. And I wish she was faking it. Esme doesn't deserve kindness. I'm just saying. Like, she really don't. And another thing, moving on from that, I feel like it's crazy how nobody but Scott realized Victor could be behind Obrecht's kidnapping. Like Scott figured that shit out in 2.2 seconds. Because it's obvious, like Obrecht's not the type to just go missing, especially when Willow has her surgery the next day. She wouldn't just do that. You know what I mean? Like I do agree with Carly on that point. She is, eccentric, but Obrecht, even for her, she wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Just skip out, not tell anybody where she is for hours on end right before a major surgery. That's not her. You know what I mean? So Scott knew Scott know his woman. They may be broken up at the moment, but he know his lady. He just knew she was in danger. And he knew it had to be Victor. And it's crazy that nobody else figured that out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure had Dante and Laura not seen that surveillance and seen Victor's goon, they probably wouldn't have figured it out that it was Victor behind this, behind Obrecht's kidnapping as well. Cause I'm like, it just makes sense. Like, come on, if she goes missing like that right before something major, everybody know Victor was obsessed with that woman. Like, it's like, put two and two together. Come on now. I'm halfway expecting Scott to just spring into action and just put on a cape and go try to find his woman. Because Scott will. Scott don't play about Obrecht. And I know Nina, she just sitting there just racked with worry. She worried about Obrecht. She worried about Willow. It's like, yeah, that's a hell of a nurse's ball evening. I'm going to tell you that right now. Speaking of the nurse's ball, I will say this year's nurse's ball was alright. It was okay. I was laughing at some of the performances and stuff like that. It was okay, but it definitely was not on par with past nurse's ball. I'm just saying, it wasn't. It was a lot of good moments to it, but it definitely was missing some flavor. It was missing some key components. But we'll get into that on another day. So anyway, moving on from all of that. I still don't feel an ounce of bad for Willow. All that boo-hoo crying, all of that. I don't feel bad for her. I just don't. I'm ready for the storyline to be over. I don't feel any type of sympathy for her because she willingly withheld her own treatment just to say, oh, I got Michael's baby. Okay. You got his baby and now you're on the brink of death. When we all know she probably going to get a miracle because she's been getting miracles so far. Like, this heifer should have been dead last year. Not to be crass, but I'm just saying, like, she's the longest surviving stage 4 cancer patient I think I've ever witnessed. I'm like, you were diagnosed how long ago? Shouldn't you be about dead by now? I'm just saying. And at this point, I'm ready for the Grim Reaper to come snatch her up because I'm over it. Or that, I don't have a future. You could have had a future over a year ago had you would have started treatment when they told you to, boo-boo the fool. So that was on you. You're not going to get no sympathy from me. And of course, here go Drew and Carly sitting there weeping and hugging. I'm like, why don't y'all just go home and go make puppies or something? Just go. Because y'all are not needed. They weren't. I'm sorry. They just weren't needed. I didn't need to see them on my screen today. I'm just saying. I pointless. Anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought. And I'll see y'all all later. Peace.